Peyton's just not comfortable yet. And I think they've been saying since February, I guess, or March, whenever Peyton officially, agreed to take this pay cut, that they were going to be kind of blending Kubiak's system with the things that Manning does well. And I think right now we're seeing too much of what Kubiak and company have always done and not enough of what Manning does well. And what Manning does well is audibling at the line of scrimmage and all of his pre-snap maneuvering and
working out of the shotgun.
And working out of the shotgun, which is a big thing, or at least out of the pistol.
That's my point.
That's the compromise.
I've been telling him for months but I said that's the compromise that Gary Kubiak did run have his quarterbacks run out of the pistol in Houston. That serves the issue where you could still have your running back and you still play action pass sort of, and you put Peyton in a comfortable place to survey the whole field.
And
you can still run out of the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, they did that a lot over the last couple of years in the Adam Gase office. They used that pistol formation. So I think they need to compromise a little bit more than they have been to make Peyton Manning in the passing game more comfortable. And then the most troubling thing that I saw on Saturday night was not just the fact that they didn't score any touchdowns. That's a big issue, that it's been 2 games and no touchdowns. It was how much Peyton was getting hit. He was sacked 3 times, hit 4 times and a half. And these are pretty big hits, and they were all coming with interior pressure. A couple of them were, stunts from a linebacker. Navarro Bowman is going to be one of the best stories in the NFL this year, the way he's come back from missing all of last year with that devastating knee injury. But nobody could pick him up. The running backs, Ronnie Hillman whiffed on one of those blocks. C.J. Anderson whiffed on one of those.
That's how Owen Daniels. There was one that was coming from the outside.
There was one that
right. The way you get to Peyton is through the middle. That's how you get to him and Tom Brady. Is you come up the middle. If you try to come outside, the ball's gone.
Well, how much does Evan Mathis change that when he's in the lineup?
I think it will change it, but I don't know how much it will change it. Max Garcia has actually been playing pretty well and probably exceeding expectations that people have had for him as a rookie, but Evan Mathis will help that. But that was pressure that was coming really quickly, and the guys were missing assignments that should know what they're doing.
Look, all 3 of us get a lot of people contacting us through email, tweets, etc. And we've all had people say to us, it's Peyton Manning's age. Are the 3 of us dismissing the fact he's the 39-year-old quarterback who might be losing it a bit? Or are we waiting to see once the offensive line shores up a little bit, once he gets Emmanuel Sanders back, once the running backs pick up their blocks a little bit better? Is this part of the conversation?
Well, I think we can't dismiss his age thing because the Broncos aren't dismissing his age thing. They obviously know it's an issue, or they wouldn't be having him sit out every 3rd or 4th practice. They wouldn't have this plan to probably have him miss every Wednesday during the regular season.
Makes sense.
So they're not dismissing it either. They know that they need to do things differently to keep him healthy and fresh. But right now that may have been to the detriment of what we're seeing in the short term and how well they're prepared to play in August and now going into September. I mean, we're really close now to that game against Baltimore. We're only, 10 or 11 days away from
13th.
that. Yeah, I mean, it's coming up really close.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks from this weekend. I mean, it's coming up really, really soon. And they're going to be bringing it that week. I mean, this is going to be a huge test, the first 2 games. So they play Sunday against Baltimore, and then they go immediately to Kansas City in a Thursday night game, where they're going to be facing 2 really strong defenses,
stout defenses,
really good pass rushers in both of those 2 weeks. So this is a huge, you're facing Terrell Suggs and Elvis Dumervil week 1, and then Justin Houston and Tom Bahali 4 days later. I mean, this is, I know they want to say it's a work in progress and they're going to get better and they think they're good enough to win right now. Well, you better figure it out pretty quickly, because those are 2 games that, when you look at the scope of the AFC, you can't afford to lose those games early in the year.
Yeah, and John Elway keeps talking about, well, we wanted to be fresh in December and January, but you have an opportunity, I think, to win your first 6 games. When I say that, go 6-0, probably not, but they're all there. We're not talking about just overwhelming. You're not going to Green Bay. You're not going to New England. You've got 6 games to start the season before the bye when they do have to go to Indianapolis. I'm sitting here more concerned. Get those 6 games, then you kind of rest him some. I think that the mistake has been that they didn't go, okay, we're going to supplement what Peyton does with the run blocking, zone blocking offense. Let's let him do what he does best. because I go back to what I said. The running game's going fine. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's going to go fine. It looks to me like they've turned Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning has been turned into a flip passer. Just flip the ball and every once in a while throw it deep. That you're just, check down, throw to C.J. Anderson, check down, throw to Ronnie Hillman. I mean, we've seen a lot of that in the past out of the Peyton Manning offense, but now it's the Gary Kubiak offense with just a little bit of Peyton Manning is what I'm seeing.
Lindsay Jones is our guest, and all of our guests are brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.